Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the first live session of your board exam 2027 and all welcome to the to our institute, our Eduins. So I hope you are doing well and today we are launching the first class of the science of your CBSE class 10. So first, in our first class, we will discuss about the syllabus. We analyze the syllabus, what chapters, what are the units, and what is the number distribution. So please do join the live session. Then we can start our live classes. Okay. So when the students are joined, let's introduce that the institute that known as Eduins. We are first launching the class 10 for CBSE board. This is the channel for where you will get a daily free live class for every subject, like your social science, like your science. There have three parts, that is chemistry, physics and biology, mathematics, and also your English, and the second language, as a second language you will get the Bengali. Okay, so please do subscribe and share to your friends that to attend the live classes. Okay, आप लोग जो ये जो चैनल है वो आपका फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी शेयर कीजिए जो कि आपसे जुड़े हैं, वो कि हमारा लाइव सेशन में जुड़ सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो चलिए. So in our science, the syllabus divided into 5 units. What are they? In our first unit, we will see that the unit number 1, that is chemical substances and its nature and behavior, in our first unit. In the second unit, we will study the world of living. Okay. Next, in the third unit, we will study the natural phenomena. In fourth unit, we will study the effects of current. And in the fifth unit, we will study the natural resources. So what are the number distribution? In the first unit, you will get the 25 marks. In the second unit, you will get also 25 marks. In the third unit, you will get 12 marks, and in unit 4, you will get the 13 marks. Okay, and the last unit, that is unit 5, you will get the 5 marks. Okay, and as a grade total, you will get the 80 marks in your board exam. So your exam number is actually divided into two parts, that is theory, practical. Okay, theory plus practical. In theory section, you will get 80 marks, and in practical you will get 20 marks. Okay, so as a total, that is the 100 marks. So for your board exam, the paper exam, actually you will get 80 marks. You have to appear out of 80, and in your practical or internal assessment, you will get the 20 marks. You have to appear. Okay, so what are the chapters included in these units? So we have to study, we have to know in details. Okay, so first of all, the unit 1, we will go for what are the chapters now? This is the SS of your syllabus of your book, and here is the overview. The unit 1 contain 4 chapters. Okay, unit 1 contain 4 chapters. What are they? Chemical reaction and equation, acid, base and salts, metals and non-metals, carbon and its compound. So it is basically the chemistry. Okay, this is basically the part of chemistry. Okay, next unit 2. There have also 4 chapters. What are they? That is life processes, control and coordination, how do organisms reproduce, and heredity. Okay, there have also 4 chapter, and this is basically the part of biology. Okay, so this is the part of biology. The next part, that is unit 3, that is the chapter included 2. What are they? Light, that is reflection and diffraction, and the second one is the human eye and the colorful world. This is basically the part of physics. And in unit 4 there have also 2 chapters, that is electricity and magnetic effect of electric current. So the unit 3 and unit 4 included into the physics portion, and this is also the 4 chapters. Okay, so unit from the chapter 9 and 10 you will get the 12 marks, and from the 11 and 12 you will get the 13 marks, as a total 25. So there have 25 in chemistry, there have 25 in physics, there have 25, and in case of biology there have also 25. So there are 75 marks. The another and last unit, that is unit 5, which is known as our environment, that is natural resources, which include the chapter that is our environment, which include the 5 marks. Okay, 5 marks. This is also included in the part of biology, as well as if you think this is not a part of biology, this is environmental science, then it's okay, it is included in environmental science. So this is the overview of the chapters that included in your syllabus. Okay, now came to the each unit and each chapter what we will study. From unit 1 there have 4 chapters. So in the 4 chapters, what are the overview of the chapters, what we will study? So for the unit 1 there have 4 chapters. That is, first chapter is the chemical reaction and equation, chemical reactions and equation. What we will study in this chapter? First of all, the chapter 1. Okay, first we will study the chemical reactions. Chemical reactions. Next we will study the balanced equation. Okay, chemical reaction, the balanced equation, and next we will study the implications of balanced equation. Implications of balanced equation. Okay, number 3 topic. Number 4 we will study the type of chemical reaction. Number 4, the type of chemical reactions. Okay, the types of chemical reactions, which include the combustion, decomposition, displacement. Okay, several types of chemical reactions are there. Okay, like your oxidation, reduction, then exothermic reaction, endothermic reaction. Okay, combustion, displacement reaction. So many reactions are there. We have to study them. Okay, so for an example, that is oxidation oxidation, reduction, combustion, displacement reaction, displacement reactions, etc. We have to study all these, and this chapter, from this chapter you will get the 6 marks for your final exam or for your board exam. So for the first chapter of your unit 1 we will get the 6 marks. Okay, now jump to the next chapter, that is acid, base and salt. Now came to the chapter 2. Chapter 2. So what are the topics will be covered it in the chapter 2? What are the topics? Let's go for it. Here we will study the basic properties of an acid, base and salt. So first, the basic properties of acid, base and salt. Okay, so acid, base and salt, their basic properties. Next we will define that about the hydrogen and hydroxyl ion. Okay, their fundamentals. Okay, so we will study the hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion, what are their functions, what they work and what is how they related to the acid, base and salts. Clear? Next we will study the reactions about between the acid and base, reactions between acid and bases. Okay, how the salts are formed. Okay, next we will study the pH scale. Next we will study the pH scale. So in pH scale we will study that the basic components we used in our daily life, like your lime juice, like your potassium, like your other salts, what are their pH of our of the components used in our daily life. Okay, so in pH scale we will study what is the range of the pH scale, which range is for the acid and which range for the base. Clear? So in the chapter 2 you will get the 3 marks from this chapter in your board exam. Okay, so first chapter you will get the 6 marks, and in from the second chapter you will get the 3 marks. Next came to the third chapter, chapter 3. In chapter 3, that is metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals. So here first we will study the properties of metals and non-metals. Properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, metals and non-metals. Next we will study the reactivity series. Next we will study reactivity series. Okay, after that we will study the formation of ionic compounds. the formation of ionic compounds. Okay, the formation of ionic compounds. Next, we will study the basic metallurgical process. The basic metallurgical processes. Clear? And next, we will study the method, one common natural process that is called the coration. Coration and its prevention. Okay, so in chapter 3 we will study these topics, that is properties of metals, properties of non-metals, reactivity series, the formation of ionic compounds, the basic metallurgical process, and coration and its prevention. Okay, and from this chapter you will get the 10 marks. Okay, this is the highest scoring chapter in your unit 1. This is the highest scoring chapter and highest marks came from the unit 1 from this chapter, that is 10. Okay, so the chapter is very easy, but you have to study, you have to learn in smart way, then you will cover, you will get the full marks from this chapter. Okay, now came to the chapter 4. Chapter 4. The chapter 4 named as the carbon and its compound. Carbon and its compound. So, in carbon and its compound, first we will study the covalent bond. Covalent bond and its formation. How the covalent bond is formed. Okay, how the covalent bond is formed. Now came to the second topic, that is known as the versatile nature of carbon. The versatile nature of carbon. Clear? The versatile nature of carbon. Next, we will study the homologous series and and next we will study the nomenclature. Nomenclature of what? Nomenclature of carbon compounds containing the functional groups. Okay, nomenclature of what? The carbon compounds contain functional groups. So what are the functional groups? Like your hydroxyl, like ketone, like aldehyde, and that is the function, that these are the functional groups, and we have to study that when the hydroxyl ion or when the your ketone group or the your aldehyde group is attached to the carbon, what it will named or what we will called it. Clear? In the nomenclature of carbon. Next, we will study the saturated hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. Okay, saturated hydrocarbons. And also, we will study the unsaturated hydrocarbons. hydrocarbons. Okay, these are the topics we will cover. Next, we will study the chemical properties of carbon, that is the combustion, like your oxidation, combustion, addition or substitution. Okay, so we have to study in this topic, the chemical properties of carbon. Now came to two things we have to study, that is ethanol and ethanoic acid. Two compound of carbon, that is called ethanol and ethanoic acid. Okay, ethanol and ethanoic acid. And lastly, we have to study the soap and detergent. Soap and detergent. Okay, now the overview of chapter 4. It is a huge large chapter that contains several topics, that is covalent bond and its formation, the versatile nature of carbon, the homologous series. Next come to the fourth part, that is the nomenclature of carbon compounds containing functional group like halogen, ketone, aldehyde. Okay, next the saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Next we will study the chemical properties of carbon. Next we will study the ethanol and ethanoic acid, and then last but not least, that is soap and detergent. So these are the chapters and their topics included in all chapters we have already discussed, and from unit 1 you will get the 25 marks, and the unit 1 is actually the part of your chemistry. ओके, आप लोगों का जो यूनिट 1 है साइंस का, उनमें 4 चैप्टर इंक्लूडेड है, और इन 4 चैप्टर में से आपको 25 मार्क्स मिलेगा जो आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम है. ठीक है, तो ये था केमिस्ट्री का पार्ट यूनिट 1. नाउ कम टू द पार्ट दैट इज नेक्स्ट पार्ट, दैट इज यूनिट 2. In unit 2 you will get the 4 chapters, and this is the part of your biology. Okay, here you will also get the 25 marks. What are the chapters? In unit 2, first chapter is the life process. Chapter 1, we will study the life processes. So what are the life processes? We will study in this chapter the basic life processes and the important life processes. What are they? That is nutrition, respiration. Okay, nutrition, respiration, these also transportation and excretion. And excretion. Okay, so we will study the important or the essential life processes which are needed for a living being, that is nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion in case of both plant and animal. Plant and animal. Okay, so this is the overview of chapter 1 in unit 2, that is included in biology. Now come to the next chapter. What is this? The next chapter is the control and coordination. Okay, from the first chapter we will get the 9 marks. in our board exam. We will get the 9 marks in our board exam. Okay, now came to the second chapter, that is control and coordination. Control and coordination. So here we will study in chapter 2. Chapter 2 or chapter 6. Chapter 2 for the biology unit 2, and chapter 6 for your whole syllabus. Go for the chapter 6. First we will study the control or coordination and coordination in plants. Okay, first topic we will study the control and coordination in plants. What we will study here? Here we will study mainly the tropic movements of plants. Okay, the tropic movements of plants. Next, we will study the control and coordination in animal. Control and coordination in animals. Here we will study the nervous system. Okay, the nervous system, next the reflex action, next that is voluntary and involuntary actions. Okay, so these are the part we will cover in our class. Okay, and next and last part of this chapter, that is the chemical coordination. Chemical coordination. Okay, chemical coordinations. These chemical coordination we will study both for plant and animal. Basically we will study in this part, that is plant hormone and animal hormone. Plant hormone and animal hormone in this chapter. So in control and coordination we will get 6 marks in our board exam. Okay, the next chapter, that is chapter 7, we will study, or the name of the chapter 7 is how do organisms reproduce. Chapter 7, how do organisms reproduce. Okay, so basically in this part we will study the reproduction in plant and animal. Reproduction in plant and animal. plants and animals. Okay, so in this part we will study that is both the sexual and asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Okay, and also we will study in this part that is the sexual health. Okay, the sexual health. What included in sexual health? That is basic hygiene we have to maintain. What are the contraceptive method? How do we can control the population? What are the contraceptive methods we should follow? These are the part, and some sexual diseases we will discuss in this part. So this is the chapter 7, and you will get 3 marks in your board exam in from this chapter 7 unit 2. Okay, the next chapter and the last chapter, that is of unit 2, that is chapter 8. Chapter 8. In chapter 8, which is named as heredity. In heredity and evolution, we mainly study the Mendel's evolution. Okay, we will study the Mendel's law, that is law of inheritance, law of segregation. Okay, law of inheritance, law of segregation. Here we also study the traits and the characters. Okay, and next we will study the brief introduction into the evolution. Okay, here also we will study the law of inheritance and basic principles. Okay, next we will study the introduction of what? The introduction of evolution. Clear? And this chapter cover 7 marks in your board exam. Clear? So this is about the unit 2, that is covered the section of biology. Next part, that is unit 3. There have 2 chapters. One is light and its lights, refraction and reflection, and the second chapter, that is the human eye and the colorful world. In the first chapter, that is this unit is known as natural phenomena, and this is part of your physics, and this chapter will cover 20 marks in your board exam. So first we will study in this part, that is reflection of light, that is chapter 9, reflection of light in curved surface. Okay, reflection of light in curved surface. Then the spherical mirror. Okay, spherical mirror. Then we will study the curvature of the center of curvature, center of curvature. Okay, now next topic we will cover the principal axis, principal focus, focal length, mirror formula, etc. principal axis, principal focus, okay, mirror. This part will be covered by these topics. Okay, next we will study in the refraction, that is the law of refraction and your refractive index. Law of refraction and refractive index. Okay, refractive index. Clear? Next part we will study, that is the magnification. So this is the topics included in your chapter 9, and from this chapter we will get 10 marks in our board exam. So the next chapter, that is known as, or that is named as, the human eye and the colorful world. Okay, human eye and the colorful world. So chapter 10. Okay, from the chapter 10 we will study, that is basically we will study from this, that is the lens, okay, and structure of human eye, and the vision defects, that is vision difficulties, that is hyperometropia, myopia, cataract, etc. It will be covered in this chapter, and from this chapter you will get 2 marks from this human eye and the colorful world from the unit 3. The next part or next unit also included in the physics. This is also included in physics, and this part will cover 13 marks. Okay, the first chapter, that is named as electricity. Okay, the first chapter that is named as electricity, chapter 11. Chapter 11. So in the chapter 11 and electricity, we will study the electric current, the electric potential. Okay, so the potential difference and electric current, and electric current, then the resistance. Okay, here we will study the Ohm's law. Okay, here we will study the Ohm's law, then the resistivity. Okay, then the conductor, resistivity, conductor, and in the next part we will study the electric power, then we will study the relation between PVI and R. Clear? And next we will study the parallel combination of electric current in our daily life. In our daily life. Okay. Next, the last chapter of Unit 4, that is named as magnetic effect and electric current. Okay, from the electricity we will get the 7 marks in our board exam. And next, the chapter 12. Chapter 12. In chapter 12 we will study the electromagnetic current or the electromagnetic field. First, magnetic field. Next, electromagnetic field. Okay, first magnetic field, electromagnetic field, then we will study the AC and DC current. Okay, so these are included in your chapter 12. Okay, there have one part, one that is the known as one topic, that is solenoid. This is included in the chapter 12, and you will get the 6 marks from this chapter in our board exam. Okay, now came to the last part, that is Unit 5. Unit 5, that is our environment. We will study, that is chapter 13, and here the 5 marks. In this part we will study the ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem, then the ecological problems, then we will study the ozone layer depletion, waste generation and waste management. Then we will study the ozone layer. Ozone layer depletion. Okay, then the last, that is waste management. From this part we will study biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Non-biodegradable wastes. Clear? And this is the final chapter, the last chapter of your syllabus science, that is our environment, and it will cover 5 marks. It will from this chapter you will get 5 marks from this chapter in your board exam. This is included in biology or your EVS section. So this is the overview of your syllabus and the number distribution from each chapter. Now come to the question pattern. From in the section A we will get 1 to 20 question, which is the MCQ based. That is totally MCQ based. Okay, 20 question which is MCQ based, multiple choice question. In section B you will get from 20 to 24, that is very short question, and this very short question per question marks carry, that is 2 marks. Okay, next in section C you will get the 5 questions, each question carry the 3 marks. Okay, we'll get the very short question actually, that is carry 3 marks, and the number of questions will be 5. Okay, there is the 15. So MCQ 20, then your very short number is 8 and short question that is 15. Next, the section D, that is long answer question. Each question carry 5 marks and you will get the 4 questions which actually carry the overall number that is 20. Next, the 34 to 36, the 4 question you will get 3 marks. 3 question you will get and each question carry 4 marks. Okay, the 3 question you will get and each question carry 4 marks. Here the total marks of the case based question, that is 12, and the last, that is map skill based question, each question carry 5 marks and you will get one question that is 5. So this is the overall marks, that is 80. Clear? So this is the number distribution. This is the number distribution of your exam paper for your board exam. Clear? Now come to the part that is the deleted topics. Many of you get confused that which part we will study and which part we will avoid. So the deleted parts in your recent syllabus, okay, for the session 25, 26 or 26, 27, the deleted parts, that is the periodic classification full chapter have been deleted. The full chapter have been deleted, that is the part of your chemistry. Then the heredity and evolution from biology, the basic concept of evolution and classification. For this part, the overview of the evolution or the basics of the evolution is included. In depth topics are deleted from this part. Okay, next, the human and colorful eye. Here the application of scattering, expanding, explaining the color change, the sun and sunrise and sunset. This topic is deleted from the chapter, that is human and the colorful world, which is actually included in your unit 3 natural phenomena. Next, the part that is the magnetic effect of current, that is included in unit 4. So here the part is deleted, the parts are deleted, that is electromotor, electromagnetic induction, induced potential and difference, induced current, and Fleming's right hand rule and electric generator. These parts are deleted. Next part, that is the source of energy. The full chapter have been deleted from the unit 5. Okay, the source of energy, that is included in your chapter, in your part, that is included unit 5. The full chapter have been deleted. And the last part, that is management of natural resources, which was actually included in your internal assessment. This part also been deleted. Okay, so these are the parts deleted from your syllabus which we don't have to study, and these are the parts or these are the chapters which we already discussed in today's class, that is the number distribution, the units and their chapters or subdivision of the units which included in every unit. So total 5 units in your syllabus in science CBSE class 10, and the 5 units contain 4 to 5 chapters. Okay, overall 4 chapters, all unit contain, the last unit actually contain 1 chapter. So that's all. That is the introduction class for your class 10 CBSE class CBSE, and these are the syllabus of your science for your class 10. And from the next class we will study the part of the chemistry, of the physics and of the biology. So we all request the students to kindly join from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in our channel Eduins CBSE and join the live classes and share to your friends. आप सभी लोग इस लाइव क्लास में जुड़ जाइए। हर दिन आपका 6 बजे से 7 बजे तक ये शाम को ऑफ कोर्स शाम को 6 से 7 बजे तक ये लाइव क्लास चलेगा जो कि बिल्कुल फ्री है। ओके, तो आप सब लोग इस लाइव क्लास में ज्वाइन कीजिए एंड also we have a telegram group where you will get the live class schedules. Okay, so which day what live classes or what subject lives are there, you will get through this telegram, which is already pinned in our comment section and also in our description. So please do join the telegram group and you will get the updates. So that's all for the today's class, and I hope you enjoyed and you learned from this class, that is your syllabus of your science. So please like our channel and like the video and subscribe our channel, and that's all for the today. Thank you everyone and see you soon.